Have you ever thought about how destiny can twist and turn, how love can hit you instantly, make 7 years feel like nothing, only for, well, fate to throw a massive curveball?
Oh, absolutely. It's often those really foundational moments, aren't they? The ones packed with, raw human feelings, love, desire, maybe some cunning, those unexpected plot twists that really set the course for everything that follows.
Exactly. And that's precisely the fascinating, kind of complex ground we're digging into today on the deep dive.
Hmm.
We're going deep into Genesis chapter 29, a story many of you probably know, at least on the surface, Jacob's big journey, Padan Aram, love at first sight.
And that startling deception. Yeah, it's a story that really lays the groundwork for a huge family saga.
Right. So our mission today isn't just to retell the story.
Hmm.
We want to unpack it, pull out the key insights, the human drama.
Yeah, look at the themes:
Yeah.
connection, commitment, deception, obviously, and how this whole complicated beginning starts a lineage.
Get ready for some aha moments, hopefully, because we're going to try and make sense of this ancient but honestly incredibly relatable story. Let's get into it.
Okay, so first off, Jacob's journey itself is pretty epic. He's fleeing, right? Running from Esau, following his mother Rebekah's advice, heading to the land of the Eastern peoples.
It's not just a road trip, is it? It feels desperate, like he's searching for safety, for family.
Definitely. And the scene when he arrives, it's described so vividly. He gets to this well out in the open country.
Which was basically the town square back then, right? The hub?
Pretty much, yeah, the social center. And there are these 3 flocks of sheep just waiting around, but there's this obstacle.
The big stone. The text really emphasizes this large stone covering the well.
It does, and it makes it clear this wasn't something one guy could just shove aside. You needed everyone, all the shepherds, to roll it away together.
So a communal thing, a set way of doing things.
Exactly. It shows the rhythm of life, the rules they lived by, shared resources, needing each other.
Okay, so Jacob shows up, and he doesn't just stand there. He walks right up to the shepherds.
Yeah, very direct. My brothers, where are you from? Finds out they're from Haran.
And then the key question, do you know Laban, his uncle? He's actively searching.
He's on a mission. He needs to find his family. And they say,
Yes, we know him. Imagine the relief Jacob must have felt right then.
oh, huge. After that long, probably lonely journey.
And then, talk about timing,
Mm,
they add, well, and look, here comes his daughter Rachel with the sheep.
perfect narrative timing, like you said, just as they're talking.
So Jacob, always thinking, looks around, sees the sun is still high, and gives them some advice.
Yeah, he says something like, hey, it's still early. Why not water the sheep now and get them back to pasture?
What do you make of that? Is he just being practical?
Well, it could be practicality, but it also shows his character, right? He's maybe a bit impatient, sees a way to be efficient, maybe cut through the waiting.
But it clashes with their way.
Totally. The shepherds spell it out. Nope, we can't. We have to wait until all the flocks are here, and then we roll the stone. Tradition versus Jacob's get it done attitude.
And that sets up this incredible moment. Because right then, while they're still talking,
Rachel arrives with her father's sheep. She's the shepherd too.
and Jacob sees her, sees his uncle Laban's daughter, Laban's sheep. And what does he do?
He doesn't wait. He doesn't consult. He just went over and rolled the stone away from the mouth of the well and watered his uncle's sheep. Boom.
Just like that, single-handedly moves the stone they said needed everyone.
It's a massive statement. Incredible strength, initiative, maybe showing off a little, but definitely making an impact. He cuts right through the local custom.
It's more than just watering sheep. It's like he's announcing himself.
Absolutely. And the emotion that follows is just as powerful.
Right. Then Jacob kissed Rachel and began to weep aloud.
Wow.
Yeah, weeping aloud. This grown man, after everything, finds his relative, this beautiful woman. It's overwhelming. Relief, connection, maybe realizing he's finally found somewhere to belong. It's incredibly raw. And then he tells her who he is, Rebekah's son, Laban's relative.
And she runs off to tell her father.
So Laban hears the news about his sister's son. What's his reaction?
Immediate, warm, enthusiastic. The text says he hurried to meet him, he embraced him and kissed him and brought him to his home.
No hesitation, full welcome. That must have felt huge for Jacob.
Definitely. In that world, being accepted into the family fold, like that was everything. Security, status.
So Jacob tells Laban his whole story, all these things.
Then Laban declares, you are my own flesh and blood. It seems like Jacob's finally safe, finally home.
Seems like it. But as these stories often go, family dynamics are complicated.
Uh-huh. Things shift. After Jacob's been there a month, settling in, Laban brings up business.
Yeah, that question, just because you're my relative, should you work for free? Tell me what your wages should be.
It sounds generous, right? Like
Yeah.
he's looking out for Jacob, but
But it changes everything. Suddenly, it's not just family, it's employer-employee. Laban's pretty shrewd.
very shrewd. Monetizing kinship. And it's right here we get the introduction to the daughters.
Right. The older was Leah, and the younger was Rachel.
And the descriptions they give, they set up the whole conflict, really. Leah has weak eyes.
Which could mean a few things. Maybe just not sparkly, or maybe literally her sight.
Yeah, interpretations vary, but Rachel, she had a lovely figure and was beautiful. The contrast is stark.
So the text makes it clear who's considered the prize, at least visually.
Yeah.
And Jacob.
Oh, Jacob is completely smitten with Rachel. The text says flat out, Jacob was in love with Rachel. That meeting at the well clearly had a huge impact.
It seems almost fated, doesn't it? So when Laban asks about wages, Jacob knows exactly what he wants.
No hesitation. I'll work for you 7 years in return for your younger daughter, Rachel.
7 years, that's a long time.
A very long time. But Laban agrees pretty quickly. It's better that I give her to you than to some other man. Stay here with me.
Yeah, seems fair enough on the surface. Bride service was a thing back then.
Right. But the story adds that incredible detail about Jacob's love for Rachel.
Ah, yeah, this part always gets me. So Jacob served 7 years to get Rachel, but they seem like only a few days to him because of his love for her.
Isn't that something? 7 years feeling like days. It shows the depth of his devotion. Time just melts away when you're that focused on someone.
That's powerful. But that intense focus, that love, it maybe made him vulnerable.
Exactly, a blind spot. He's so focused on Rachel, so sure of the deal, he probably never imagined Laban would pull a fast one, especially using tradition or a version of it against him in the dark.
So the 7 years are up. Jacob goes to Laban.
And he says, rightfully, give me my wife. My time is completed. He's ready.
And Laban throws a big party, a wedding feast. Everything looks normal.
Laban brought together all the people of the place and gave a feast. All seems well.
But then darkness falls.
And Laban makes his move. When evening came, he took his daughter Leah and brought her to Jacob, and Jacob made love to her.
The switcheroo. Unbelievable. And he even gives Leah her own attendant, Zilpah, setting her up as the wife.
The deception is complete. Covered by darkness, maybe wine, the celebration.
You mentioned ancient laws earlier. Does that play in here?
Well, Laban's later excuse about the older daughter marrying first does echo some customs found in ancient Near Eastern law, like prioritizing birth order. But the real issue here is the blatant deception, the breaking of a specific agreed-upon contract for Rachel. Laban hid his true intentions.
So the custom might exist, but the way Laban used it was pure manipulation.
Precisely. It was secretive and broke his personal word to Jacob.
And the morning after, the shock. When morning came, there was Leah.
Imagine Jacob's face, the sheer disbelief, the betrayal.
His reaction is instant fury, right? He confronts Laban immediately.
Oh yeah, what is this you have done to me? I served you for Rachel, didn't I? Why have you deceived me? It's pure anguish and anger.
And the irony. The deceiver, Jacob, who tricked his own brother Esau,
is now deceived himself. It's a powerful moment. Maybe divine justice, or just the universe balancing the scales. It's a huge aha moment in the text.
So how does Laban respond? Does he apologize?
Not really. He justifies it. Pulls out the custom card. It is not our custom here to give the younger daughter in marriage before the older one.
Convenient? Even if it was a custom, he conveniently forgot to mention it for 7 years.
Exactly. Very manipulative. And then he doesn't just leave it there. He sees another opportunity.
He doubles down, offers another deal.
Yeah, an even tougher one. Finish this daughter's bridal week, Leah's week. Then we will give you the younger one also, in return for another 7 years of work.
Wow, another 7 years. Laban really knows how to squeeze Jacob.
He knows Jacob is desperate for Rachel. It's almost extortion, leveraging Jacob's love.
And he agrees after being tricked like that.
He does. It shows how incredibly strong his love for Rachel is. He accepts the terms. He finished the week with Leah, and then Laban gave him his daughter Rachel to be his wife.
And Rachel gets her attendant too, Bilhah.
Right. So Jacob finally marries Rachel, the woman he worked 7 years for.
Only to have to work another 7 years for her.
Yeah.
14 years total. That's dedication.
Or obsession, maybe.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, it sets up this incredibly complicated family structure.
Yeah, 2 wives, one clearly preferred over the other. The text is blunt about it.
Very blunt. Jacob made love to Rachel also, and his love for Rachel was greater than his love for Leah. That's just heartbreaking for Leah.
Living with that every day, knowing your husband loves your sister more.
It's a recipe for tension, for sadness. But then something else happens. A divine element enters.
Right, God steps in a way.
Right.
When the Lord saw that Leah was not loved, he enabled her to conceive, but Rachel remained childless.
This is huge. It shifts the power dynamic, addresses Leah's pain directly, and starts shaping the future of this family in ways Jacob probably didn't anticipate. God sees her suffering.
And this leads to Leah's own journey, reflected in how she names her sons.
Absolutely. It's fascinating. Each name tells a story of her longing, her hope, and eventually a kind of transformation.
Her first son, Reuben. She says, "It is because the Lord has seen my misery. Surely my husband will love me now."
So sad, isn't it? She's hoping a child will finally win Jacob's love, using the child almost as a tool.
Then Simeon. "Because the Lord heard that I am not loved, he gave me this one too." Still focused on Jacob's lack of love.
Still linking her children to her status with her husband, still hoping God will fix her situation through Jacob's affection.
With the third, Levi, she's still trying.
Mm.
"Now at last my husband will become attached to me because I have borne him 3 sons.
You can almost hear the desperation in her voice, can't you? 3 sons, surely now he'll care. It shows her persistent struggle for his love, for validation within that marriage.
But then number 4, Judah, something changes.
Yes, this is a massive shift. She says, this time I will praise the Lord.
No mention of Jacob. No mention of being loved or not loved by him.
Exactly. It's like she finally stops looking to Jacob for her worth. She turns directly to God, finding her value and her voice in praise. It's a moment of liberation for her.
That's a really powerful arc for her character, finding meaning beyond her painful circumstances.
It really is a profound aha moment for Leah's story. Finding self-worth independent of her husband's feelings. And then the text notes, she stopped having children for a while.
Maybe signifying that shift, a period of finding peace within herself.
Perhaps. Her focus changes. Her journey from desperately seeking Jacob's love to finding solace and identity in her relationship with God is, I think, one of the most moving parts of this whole story.
So reflecting on this whole deep dive.
Yeah.
Wow. We've followed Jacob from that electrifying meeting at the well through those 7 years that felt like days.
Only to be blindsided by Laban's deception, then the difficult bargain, the 2 wives.
And the incredibly poignant start of his family through Leah, whose children are born out of such deep longing, but also lead her to a place of praise.
When you pull back, you see these universal themes just screaming out, don't you? Intense love, the sting of rejection, complicated family ties.
Yeah, and the search for belonging, for purpose, even when things are messy and ethically murky.
It really is a masterclass in human psychology, ancient as it is. And it suggests that maybe even amidst all the human maneuvering and mistakes, there might be a larger plan unfolding.
It definitely makes you think, what does Jacob's story, the love, the labor, the deception, tell us about how our own lives and families are shaped? Sometimes by forces we don't expect.
Right. How do sacrifices for love or betrayals we suffer or even ones we commit weave together the fabric of who we become generation after generation?
And it leaves you wondering about those ripple effects, doesn't it? How love and deceit, existing side by side, could lay the foundation for an entire people's history. And maybe, thinking about Leah, it makes you appreciate the quiet strength it takes to find your own voice when you feel unseen.